Hello, I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on Instagram. What's up? Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day, right? All right. So, my name is Marcella Wilson. For those of you who know me, what is up? Hey, Jillian. For those of you who may not know me, what I do is I help women start short-term rental property businesses. So I'm on here every day, not long, for about 10 or 15 minutes, just dropping some nuggets of knowledge when it comes to short-term rental properties. And feel free to, ask your questions, just throw them in the comments and I will get to them. So yeah, I want to say hi to all my Facebook friends, all my Periscope friends, and all my Instagram friends. Thanks for joining me. And follow me. So if you follow me on Facebook, follow me. Follow me on Periscope and follow me on Instagram if you're not already. All right, so I believe that you can build the life of your dreams one Airbnb at a time. I'm doing that with my life and I help other women do that as well. So it's Sunday. It's what, like 10 days till Christmas. All right. I did a lot of Christmas shopping yesterday. I'm not done, but I'm getting there. But we're all here to discuss short-term rental properties. So the topic of the day, let's discuss it. So the topic of the day today is what to do when someone leaves something behind in your short-term rental, whether it be an Airbnb, a vacation rental. You know, people leave stuff. So we have several short-term rentals and people have left toys behind, clothes behind, jewelry behind. So what do you do? So there's a couple of ways you can handle this, right? And this may, you may be listening to this thinking like, well, just give it back to them, right? Well, you can't always do that, and let's discuss why. And I try to always tell you my experiences, what has happened to me, and you can kind of use them for whatever you're going through with your short-term rental or if it pops up. So I've had people leave a lot of things. And normally the way I find out is because the guest contacts me and say, hey, my kid left their favorite toy dinosaur, or I left my coat. Did you see it? Please, 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 I hope you saw it. Let me know. So let me just say, I don't clean our homes, right? Some short-term rental property owners do everything. They welcome the guests, they check them in, they check them out. When the guest leaves, they clean the property, do the maintenance because it might be their house or, their spare bedroom that they're renting out. And if that's the case, you would know immediately if someone left something, right? Because you handle all that. And in that situation, you can, easily get the toy or the article of clothing and just send it to the person. No brainer. But in other situations, it's a little bit more complicated. Like, I don't clean my properties after a guest leaves. And I've never had the cleaning crew alert me that something was left behind, like never. Like I said, usually I find out because the guest contacts me and says, hey, I left something. Did you find it? I please hope you say you found it. So 9 times out of 10, once the cleaning crew comes in and cleans up everything, it's gone. Like, they're not saving things. They're not, contacting me to say, hey, someone left a toy dinosaur. There's only been one case where we actually did recover some jewelry that a person left. And the reason we were able to recover it was because it was like, the same day that they checked out, they called us. And it was left in a drawer. So the cleaning crew had gone through all of the drawers, right? So we were able to go back in, get the jewelry and ship it to them. So that was a great scenario. But things like toys and clothes just lying around, they trash that, right? So in those situations, which is 99.9% of the time when someone leaves things at my house, our houses, our short-term rentals, I have to relay back to the guest that, your article of clothing or your child's favorite toy is gone. We were not able to locate it. The cleaning crew did not alert me that anything was left over, and that's that. So when that happens, if you're in that situation where you have a cleaning crew and they just trash everything, and that's the ideal situation, right? Because you may be thinking, well, I want to, if someone leaves something, I'm just going to hold it or save it because, the guest might call back for it, or I'm just going to give it to the owner and the owner is going to send it to the guest. 9 times out of 10, the guests may not even realize that they left it. They may not realize that they lost it. They might not be able to pinpoint where they may know that they lost something, but not pinpoint where, especially if they're traveling, right? They may have left it at the short-term rental. They may have left it in the airport. They don't know because they're away from home for an extended period of time. So what you cannot do as a short-term rental property owner is just kind of accumulate this lost and found like a school would in hopes that, people will come and reclaim it, because that doesn't happen, right? And where would you keep that? Right? You just don't want to have like a storage closet and have that for, stuff that your guests left, because that can accumulate over time. At the time, they don't contact you back about it. Some will, but it's like the 80-20 rule, right? So true. Most of the people won't contact you about the stuff they left behind, but 20% will. So the cleaning crew or whoever comes through is just going to trash it. And that is actually a good idea because most people won't contact you about it. And you can't store that, right? Because that will just keep accumulating over time because people will leave stuff, right? Just think about the stuff that you've left when you've been traveling or whatnot. You leave stuff, you lose stuff, right? So you guys know last weekend I went on a business. I was at a business conference and I showed you the short-term rental property that I stayed in. Well, I realized like a couple days later that I left something. I left my shower cap, right? We all think that, we're going to remember everything but you don't. And then I said to myself, well, I could call and say, hey, do you have my shower cap? And then I was like, whatever, it's gone. I'm sure they trashed it and I'll just, use another one that I have in my house. But you leave stuff. It just happens, right? So you as a short-term rental property owner, have got to be aware of that. Do I store it? Do I just save it in hopes that the guest will contact me? I wouldn't advise that. And plus, if you're not cleaning the property yourselves, will your cleaning crew alert you that something has been left? And 9 times out of 10, they won't. Either they'll trash it or they say, "Ooh, I like this. I'm just going to keep this for myself and keep it moving," right? That just is what it is. So if the person contacts you, you have to let them know, hey, I wasn't notified that anything was left. I'm sorry. And you have to kind of relay the bad news to them. But I would wait to let them know until after they've left you your 5-star review, right? We've been talking about how to get a 5-star review all week, right? And you don't want to do anything or say anything that might make them mad or might, impact you negatively. They might be like, oh, that was my child's most favorite toy, and I can't believe that, I didn't get it back. I know I left it there. So you want to let them know the bad news after they've posted your review. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but I need to contact. I'm big on communication, right? You need to respond quickly to all of your guests, even the ones that have just checked out, right? So just stall them a little bit until they leave the review. You can say, you know what? Let me look into that. Let me check on that. Let me check with the cleaning crew and see if they were able to see they were able to find that. And you can do that, right? Check with them. Or if it's your place that you're managing, you're doing all the cleaning, go and look. But try your best. If it's actually gone for good, like if the cleaning crew has trashed it, try not to relay the bad news until after they've left you your 5-star review. Now, if you've got any questions about how to get a 5-star review, then check my previous live streams I did last week. But stuff getting left at your short-term rental property, your vacation home, your Airbnb is going to happen. And you have to make the decision to trash it, or I'm going to keep it and contact the guest, or you're going to have to make a decision on what to do. So like I said, if you're not managing your house, the cleaning crew is going to trash it, and most people won't contact you anyway. But if you manage the property that you're renting out yourself, then you can go that extra step as to, contact the guest and say, hey, you left this, or I think you left this here. Is this yours? And you can go from there. So like I said, it will happen. If it has not happened to you already, it will happen. And you need to have a plan on how to resolve these situations, especially when you don't have the item, when it is lost, right? When it has been trashed, and you're not the one that's actually cleaning the property, so you have no idea if they left it or not, right? So what I would recommend is, letting them know, hey, I've got to check with the cleaning crew, and you can do that. Check with the cleaning crew, and then get back to them and say, I'm sorry, but we weren't able to locate it. But do that after they've left you your 5-star review. All right. So that's all I got today. Now, I'm not on here long. I'm just only on here for a short time, just dropping some nuggets of knowledge for you. This is the kind of stuff that I work with my clients with a lot. So we go over things like that. So if you're interested in working with me, I'm going to leave a link in my I can't speak today. I'm going to leave a link in my comments, right? And you can sign up for a 1-hour strategy session with me, right? And you can tell me, what you got going on with your short-term rental, if you're trying to get it set up, or if it's set up and it's not profitable. Even if you don't think you're a good fit and you still have a question, contact me, right? And I'm sure I can help you out. So I am on here every day, and I will see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday fun day. If you're watching football or hanging out on the couch watching corny Christmas movies, as I love to do with my kids. If you're about to go shopping for the holidays, whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be on here tomorrow. Remember, follow me. And if you haven't already, join my private Facebook group, where I go into even more detail and more training for my special members. And that is called STR Academy. STR Academy, which stands for short-term rental. Okay, so I'm going to get up out of here. And it was great talking to everyone. Remember, I believe you can create the life of your dreams one Airbnb at a time. I'm going to do that with my family, and I help others do that as well. Have a great evening, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Have a good one.